Raven Lord's Medallion with Thief and Dark Paladin. Okay, I'll do that. Or I'll try that. That's going to be a hard one to do. But let's go for it. Haxa, are you forgetting my run from like 3 streams ago? I can do that after this one. But like I do owe you that, so I think I will do that after this. I have it in my run request, by the way. I haven't like accepted that as completed yet, so like I have it here. Like I know I need to do it. It's just maybe I should turn off run requests for now. I don't know. I don't like being behind in run requests, especially stream run requests. Maybe I should turn off run requests for now. In fact, I think I will, because I have a run request in, like, I have it waiting. So I'm going to turn off run requests so no one requests something. And then I'm like, next stream, I'll do that one. So, oh, I did not mean to do that. But that's fine, actually. I'll take a monkey here to start us off. All right. Let's go. After I take this, of course. And I'll take Rip Pocket here, that's fine. Do a magic run? I guess I can start with Monkey. Well, Monkey's only temporary on this run. And also, he asked for Raven Lord's Medallion. Like, I would be a fool to... For one, I didn't even want the Monkey. But, like, I chose the Monkey, and, like, it's, like, I'm just accepting that I missed... Like, I accidentally made, a bad input, and I'm just running with it because, like, we're not committing to the Monkey. We're just starting off with him. Act 1, Part 1 is its own metagame. And skulls that have powerful AoE swaps are the best skulls in Act 1, Part 1. And Monkey is one of those skulls. So, that's my answer to the Bach troll. Because I know Bach's joking, but... I still have to answer it. Like, Monkey is definitely one of the best skulls you can take in the early game. Or in Act 1. But, like, the best skull, bar none, is Minotaur in Act 1, Part 1. But, like, Monkey's great. Cannibalism? You're gonna eat... Like, you just said you'd bite his arteries out. Now you're saying you're gonna eat them? That's in my video, by the way. That's, like... That's going to be seen by people. You said that shit, dog. Who is this? Is this the halfling? I think it is the halfling. I can see her basket. I'm not letting her out. Solely because of the bike skill. I don't know about that. I mean, he's not terrible, but like his early bike skill is not very good. It's not bad though. And he does have an AoE swap that like deals insta damage. So like, I would say more based on that, he's a good starter than his bike skill. Though bike is like in the early game, his bike is good enough. So you're not entirely wrong. And really, you're not really wrong at all. I just think it's for different reasons that Rider's good. I feel like I don't take Ryder enough. Sly having a psychotic episode. Sly's fine. Okay, I need to remember. This is supposed to be a magic run. So let's try and find a good magic item up here. Like the Demonomicon. Stigma balls. Speedrun strat. Oh, actually, that is a thing I haven't done in a while, huh? I take Ryder and Wolf on all of my speedruns. Balls. The problem with Stigma Balls is I don't have Pikemen, but I don't need Pikemen. And also it's using skills, but you also do need to collide with the enemy first. If I take Stigma Balls, it's going away eventually. Oh, okay. Common and rare sword swap. It's pretty fucking bad. But, the worst... Well, no. Okay. The worst swap is common... Actually, no. Common mummy is probably better than common sword. The extra wound chance. Just like that. I don't really like it that much either. And there was a much better item behind it. I'm glad I didn't settle for that. Although I might take this. I know I won't. Let's look for a magic item. I'll take that. And I'm gonna buy treasure on the pedestal. That opens up treasure for possibilities. Oh, believers versus doubters. Yeah, I'll do believers versus doubters. It's treasure, Bach. That's why I took it. Will Haxa win or lose? Win, lose. 30 minutes. All right, believers versus doubters. Get your bets in. Clown swap is pretty terrible. Actually, ooh, man. I could go on and on about swaps I think are bad. Like, clown swap is always bad. It really never changes. Which is its, like, biggest issue. Is, like, at least, the sword swap eventually becomes great. Clown swap is always bad. It's like, there's so much good things you can say about the clown. And it's like, he just has that shitty swap for no reasons. Oh my god. Oh yeah, he got his ult charged up. And it was also, she shortened the skill casting speed too. Or made it like faster, which means he casted it for less time. That's kind of like a secret debuff. Like, the priestess thinks she's helping him, but she's actually kind of hurting him. It has good inscriptions and its effect is decent. I wouldn't say it has good inscriptions. I mean, duel is good. But, I don't know. It's kind of hard to really pin down Stigma Balls. Like, I remember someone told me it's like Gunpowder Sword, which, I mean, that's just not true. I don't remember who said that. It was like a YouTube commenter. They were like, after the buff, it's like basically Magic Gunpowder Sword. But, I mean, that's just definitely not the case. But, I don't think it's bad. I don't have a very favorable opinion on it. But I've also never really high rolled with it super crazy. Eart. Minotaur sucks. I mean, it's just like, well, how am I supposed to respond to that? Like, he doesn't. That's another one of the, like, and I know Sly's joking, or he might not be joking, but he's saying it just to, like, troll me. But, like, that's another skull that I don't get why some people out there have, like, a negative opinion of him. I know he's big, which is, like, it can be a very bad thing, especially if you're not a swap player. I could see non-swap players struggling with Minotaur quite a bit, but you just need to have, like, a nice partner skull that complements his weaknesses. Big and slow, but he's so fucking powerful. He deals so much damage. Come on, bro. I probably should have just taken that for the money. This sucks, but I'm going. Ah! I should have just taken the money. Hunter swap, nice swap with Minotaur, yeah. I mean, the Hunter swap in general is just like incredibly, incredibly good. But so is the Minotaur swap. Like, it's a very simple swap, but sometimes that's all you need. It's just like a nice blast of damage that just like hits like a truck, and that's like good. Same with like Warrior swap, you know? And that also increases his concentration speed as well, which is nice. Best swap in the game. I mean, probably Hunter, but I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little bit. My gut says Hunter. Especially since they added the like trap that spawns after he swaps. Like, that's pretty much what decided it for me. Bomber. Bomber swap doesn't do anything. Bomber swap isn't good, basically. Like, Kaboom is good, but the bomber swap isn't. Ninja. Ninja's good. Reaper. Reaper's a contender. Though Reaper's swap is more of a means to an end rather than an end itself. Which doesn't make it bad. Because it's like the means to an end it provides is like incredibly powerful. If we're talking just like powerful swaps, Hunter is definitely the one that stands out the most to me. Ninja swap is good because it's iframes. And speaking of iframe swaps, Frost Skull and Gargoyle are both like really good swappers. Genie is a really good contender. Alchemist is goated. Alchemist swap is pretty good. In fact, Alchemist swap is very good because of the passive like golem generation it gives you. And the status like flasks aren't really all that bad themselves either. Is mean to some. Oh yeah, that's true, but that's also like a means to an end swap. It's a little hard to compare that to like an active swap that does something immediately. But like, it's very important to swap on your Gravedigger runs. Ouch. Oh, thank you for following, Steam Skull. Appreciate you. Davy swap is the reloading of 2 crappy cannonballs. True, man. If he didn't reload the crappy cannonballs, I feel like he'd be so much better. Though the cannonballs aren't that bad, I guess, and it provides a little bit of consistency to Davy Jones. Like if you time it correctly, which is pretty hard to do in the heat of the combat in Skull. But if you're like super level-headed and like poised when you're playing, you can just use it to like make loading the good cannonballs more consistent. But I'd frankly rather you just not load the crappy cannonballs. Now it's X means you have to tweet me. Ugh, why? Like, what are we supposed to, like, how are you supposed to ever, like, talk about that website again? You're crappy? Sly, you don't mean that, brother. Okay. What's my collection desire looking like? Good. I mean, this is like a solid collection desire. It's not go-getter. And these are like crappy things. God, that's so bad. Why'd they do this? Like, I was just like reading this because like whenever I see this icon, it doesn't immediately like stand out to me what this does because it's so fucking bad. I almost never even look at this thing. This is like one of the worst things in the game. It's like, oh God. And this is not much better, so I'll take the usual. Zeet me doesn't work, can work, but it's hard. If I'm not mistaken, it's like if you deal damage with a skill to an enemy, it gives them a mark, and then if you deal skill damage again to them, you lose HP, kind of like OCD, right? I guess the devs made it around like slow skill users, which like how many of those are even in the game? Like, it's just like, it's an archetype that didn't need to try and be made. Reaper, no balls take absolute rule. Fuck no. We're doing believers versus doubters. I have to play well. I owe it to the believers. I hope we get another skull that's interesting besides Monkey. Because, like, we don't really need the Monkey anymore. He played his part. Obviously, Paladin is what we're going for, but... Ow. That was rude, honestly. You owe me 35k points. You have to... Well, for one, I never told you to bet the 35k for the record. But you have to build up your points again and then play the bet smart. Going all in is... Oh my god, that... What? I mean, I'm taking it. Like, we'll end up getting rid of it down the line, but I'm definitely taking that. Also, there's a skull that I can happily swap away from with this. It even has dive, thank you. I'll take that. Lunar Ring, please. I'll be taking my Fulgent Dawn now, please. Arms Revenge. It's not quite what we're going for. Okay, I'll definitely take this. No Lunar Ring yet, but that's not a big deal. Uh-oh, Copium Alert. Rigged! If I was rigging this run, I would have found Fulgent Dawn here. And also, this would have been something that isn't shitty. Excuse me, how dare you insult my boots? Hey, I mean, they're good on bleed runs, which I don't have a lot of positive things to say about bleed runs. Man, shut up. Jomidar would have been made sense with Quindit. We're not keeping the Quindit. The Quindit's just here for, like, now. Because it's like, I had an item slot free, and it's, like, the coolest thing there, so I'm going to take it. But, like, we just played with the Quindit, so I'm trying not to build around it. Except that they're... Oh god, I keep reading chat and I'm at 40 HP. Man, I've been real quiet. I mean, you're posting Gargers. That's all that matters. Garger fans, rise up. The greatest emote to ever exist. Inarguable. Ma'am, could you... I don't know. Fuck off. Oh no. Okay, she's not ulting. Oh my god, mage. Just stop for 2 seconds. Oh! Oh! Okay, we're good. Terrible blade shards. Can't take them. I fucking hate when this happens. Oh my god. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Ingarguable? Oh my god. Another emo is born. Eventually. Also, I want this. Give me that. Blade shards, terrible. I mean, they're pretty good if you get lucky on a masterpiece run and can get them like that, but I think that's only ever happened to me like twice. And I've been playing this game for 2,000 hours. But I also probably don't build masterpieces as often as some other people. Like, I'm not saying it's that hard to build it, it's just like, I personally don't build it. Can you give a Piplip emote? Fuck no, dude. He won't even take a sub. If I made a Piplip emote, he'd leave my community forever. Can't you min-max picking up the staff and getting to... How long would I have to wait around for that to happen? I've never thought about that, though. Like, I'm not that worried about my my reassembly, but... Like, if I was doing, like, a win streak challenge where I'm trying to sweat as much as possible, that would be, like, a thing I would have to consider. If it's quick, then it's something I should be doing right now. But, like, to my understanding of how that item works, it, like, takes a while. Not that long? It depends. Is that relative, or is it actually not that long? Does anyone know? Because, like, that's a thing I should be doing. We need a Piplup. Meanwhile, he would fucking leave. Come back and it's a lethal speed? No, I'm not doing lethal speed. You should know better than that, dude. When do I ever take that? If it was a runner quest, I would take it. This is this victory baton, which is actually quite similar. Now that I think about it, except they actually give you damage. This is worth considering. I think I can get rid of this now. It's done its job. It's done it well. But we're moving on. I'm not supposed to be taking crit items. I don't even have crit items, so I probably should just ignore that. This is probably pretty good, though. Maybe it's time I pivot away from this, although I think this is currently carrying the run more than I realize. I'll trademark anything Piplup related and sue. Good luck fighting big Haxa. Dude, I got lawyers on deck, bro. You don't even know. Like, we're not supposed to be building around this is the only reason I'm considering getting rid of this for something like this. And we already have rapidity. We just played with this. I'm gonna let it go. Sad moment, but it was gonna happen eventually anyway. I'm heading out. Good luck with the run. Thank you for being here, Bach. I appreciate you. Hopefully you have a good rest of your evening, day, afternoon, whatever it may be. You don't know who you're messing with? Yeah, you wouldn't say that to my face. Oh. Oh. This is actually a run where I would consider doing this. In fact, I think I'm going to do this. Because it's like, we have a powerful thing going here, but it's like, this isn't the run request, and I want to do the run request. Okay, I have to think of what item I want to keep, which is probably the victory baton. But it is a unique. Maybe I should keep a rare, because this becomes a legendary. Keep the solar sword. Ritual staff. Now I get to leave in peace. Well, do you? Because you're gonna miss the run. It's this or this. What do you guys vote on? I'll listen to whatever you guys say. Alpha, Haxa, and Pip. Yeah, World Star. I could go either way. This just is like Fulgent Dawn potential, but this is like a more consistent item. Keep staff. Okay, let's go. It actually, oh my god, I think we high rolled. Oh my god, oh my god. This is like the only item I don't want. Okay. And we even have like similar stats to what we had before. Like, that was just a good Pandora's box. That's like the time that the Pandora's box is like at its best. Is when you find it in the mid game or the early game. And now look at the money we got too. Like, that is a Pandora's box I 100% take. Like, we didn't really lose too much value there. In fact, I don't know. We even arguably just gained value. Especially with the extra money. Looks like a YouTube video. Don't lose it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... This looks like a good YouTube video. Another showcase for the Pandora's box. It is Autor's run request. Autor, what do you think? He doesn't have combo, but we can get him combo. Crappian, I agree, but I'll take him. I can make it work. Screw the run request. I'm taking the champion. Do you want to suffer? Yes. I had to make an executive decision there. I'll suffer. It's time to suffer. Truly, we will suffer together. Oh, hey, look, worst predator. So that is a descriptor. I would say he's just like worse than most skulls. And you get your least favorite skull. I mean, I have the thief. So, I don't know. I believe, okay? I got this. Thief with gold throw, which is quite nice. God, that ability is so fucking bad. We need to... If we're going to keep this champion, we need to get rid of that shitty skill he has. Hang on, let me... 1-inch punch. So fucking bad. He has like 2 really bad skills. One skill that's like kinda good, and one skill that is like I don't know. It's so hard to even like properly evaluate the champion. I'm not gonna use my time slowdown until phase 2. Oh, okay, Lou, stop. Yeti, enough. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Don't fuck this up for me, Lou. Not that I think this would be a particularly hard phase 2 regardless, but I want it to be as easy as possible. Come on. Okay, there's a good chance she dies here. If Lou pops off... Also, hang on a second. My ear itched. You can't fight the Leona sisters with an itchy ear. Known fact. Lou, why are you like this, Lou? Lou, come on, brother. I think we're fine, though. I'm not worried about it, really. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. We need attack speed. Oh. Sorry about that noise. That must have peaked my mic so hard, but it scared the fuck out of me. Whenever it's the last slash and it's like the one that sucks and fucks you up, it's always like a scary moment. Forgot the run request? Oh, forget the run request? Oh, okay. I mean, I can still take the... Actually, I do kind of want to keep the champion. Resident Sleeper, so salty. Okay, now I have an actual very hard decision. There's 3 items here I like. Keep in mind, we have Gunpowder Sword now. And we also have a Mana Cycle Clone Stamp. But this is the Soul Extractor, which has like a high potential. If I can just get the Archer in Act 3, but then it's right next to Invisible Knife, which is also like this immediately is good. I mean, I agree with you guys. I take the Soul Extractor. Why didn't I use Champ's Raid Mode? I forgot. Get rid of this. Take that. That works. That'll do. I always forget to use down attacks. It's like something I'm notorious for. Glass Body and Coward together. That's pretty funny. Like, this is just worse this. But if you're ever offered this and it's not next to Coward, Glass Body is like incredible. Yeah, at this point, it'd be very hard to lose from here. I'm keeping it real. I want Go-Getter, I think. Yeah, I'll take Go-Getter. What's my collection desire looking like? It's not bad. You know what? If I could still do the runner quest if I get Sin. Although it'd be hard to take Sin if I see it. Like, I can still do the Ravenlord's Medallion thing with Champion if I can just get Sin. And, you know, Gunpowder Sword would still work and all that good stuff. That is the halfling, I think. It is the halfling. Be gone! Oh yeah, Go-Getter was a good... I wasn't even thinking about Live Spirit Lou. This one is go physical or mix. I will allow it. Okay, good. Also, what do we see here? Hang on one moment. What the fuck? Okay, I was just curious about something. Okay, here we go. Reaper, pass. Yaksha, Reaper. I'm not taking the Reaper. It's too late for Reaper. I'd have to like work super, super hard to build up the souls, and I don't want to do that. No! Okay, we're getting an ultimate golem. That's an interesting sign for this run. My damage isn't horrible, but it's not great. Yeah, we are not doing enough damage. There's something about this run that's just missing right now, but we'll fix it in the shop, I think. Which is, I will say this much, had we not taken the Pandora's box, we would have the stuff we need to be owning right now. But I still think taking the Pandora's box was good. Because I wasn't super excited about that run anyways, and we're not that much weaker than we were before. Let's go, I guessed right. L? That's a salty L. You gotta admit the man guessed it right. Like, when he's right, he's right. If that was Yaksha, though, I 100% would have taken it. Because then we could do Yaksha versus Champ again. Remember that conversation? Was anyone else... Is anyone who's here now was there for the Yaksha versus Champ convo? I know it was Pip and Sly were. That was a funny day. Probably Doss, if Doss is here anymore. I haven't seen Doss say anything in a while. Probably Eska too. And Lucas if Lucas is here. I'm just like, I was here, I was supporting Champ. Doss died, yeah. I think, I said this before. Doss got shook when he got, oh no, I forgot to lead an item, fuck. Doss got shook when he got Skul and he wasn't immediately the best player who ever lived. That's pretty good. Let's get rid of this. Or this? No, let's get rid of this. We're not going freeze here, so that can go. I'll take this. We have 10k here. There's a lot to be gained in this shop if it just goes a little correct for me. The Quindent shows up again. I mean, I just got rid of the Glacier Breaker. I'm not taking the Quindent. I do want Misfortune. Probably get rid of this or this. I'm not really... This doesn't do anything on the champion for the record, so I think this goes. What's on this? Soar Heirloom. Purple Flurp is good. And, okay, that's solid all around the board. How long ago was this debate? Any skulls? This was maybe like a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't remember. Time is a blur. But yeah, for some reason, people in my community were saying that like champion is better than Haxa, and I tried showing them that's not true. But also, I never use his passive, but I'm also of the opinion his passive is not that great. I'll try to use it in the adventurer fight. Now that we have the thief armor, we don't need to rely on his abilities as much. So, let's see if I can pop off with his passive in the adventurer fight. Probably this goes. Alright, we'll still hold on to a little bit of Fulgent Dawn Copium. So, Resident Sleeper. The problem with Champion's passive is, like, it's reliant on you not using his skills, like, ever. Which is just, like, it's bad game design, for one. Like, it's the disincentivization to play the Skull in a way that, like, makes sense. And when you're not using Champion's abilities, he's just, like, a generic bad punching Skull. Like, he doesn't even have a good basic attack to justify not using his skills. Like, there's so many inherent design flaws with the champion that are, like, easily avoidable. Like, they could just put it on a timer. Like every other fucking Skull in the game. Bro, was the champion... Is the lovers... Wait. Was the champion in the lovers bracket? Losers? What do you mean? Okay. We're still only at 26. Oh my god. It takes so long. Look at this shit. You need, like, rapidity. Okay, I think we're there. Okay, now we're there. And the thing about... That's so weird about his passive is it doesn't even use energy to, like, make it work. We popped off so hard there, guys. I am now a convert. I love the champion. I've been wrong all this time. Did you see that shit? No shot! We just popped off so hard with the champion. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to kill her. Actually, why didn't I mean to kill her? She's actually a pretty good she's actually the best adventurer legendary here, so. Sadly, we didn't get the archer. I wasn't thinking about it, though, so not good on my part for not thinking about it, but that was, like, luckily the best item we could have gotten. Like, the freaking archer wasn't here at all. Champion redemption? Like, how? How is he going to redeem himself after that? Have a rising hell moment? Why? Is that game good, by the way? That's a game I've been looking at. Because it's on sale all the time for like $6. Oh, and uses passive once every boss fight because it's easy to stack up the gauge and rooms using his passive. But you also, do you use his skills ever? It's fun. Why does no one talk about it? It's like a game that came out so long ago, and I've never heard anyone mention it except for you, which kind of makes me hesitant about it. But I mean, it looks like a cool game. A game, by the way, Sly, that I recommend to you. There's like this game that's out called Doomsday Hunters. It's very fucking good. I think you'd like it a lot. I think it's PC only though. It's like a game that only came out like a week ago, and it's super fucking fun. I might play it on my channel. I'm looking for games to play on my YouTube channel. Green Hell. That's a game I keep getting recommended because I play so much Zomboid. Pain and Despair is so sad. Doomsday Hunters has like a really cool retro vibe to it that reminds me of like Sega Genesis games. I don't know. It's so fucking cool. It used to be called I, Dracula, if anyone knows what that is, but they changed the name. Here we go. Ah! Haxa, we need a stream where you play the Oregon Trail. I feel like that would be a disaster. The gauge in rooms before a boss is still easier despite using skills because of multiple enemies. I mean, you're not wrong. I think you can stack it on dummies as well. But you understand what I mean when I talk about how it's like fundamentally a flawed way to design them. It like disencourages like regular gameplay and creates like an awkward flow of gameplay that just like makes it unsatisfying to use. Like that, I feel very strongly about my champion opinions. Rising Hell's fun, little rogue. You get your money's worth out of it. Is it a long game or a short game? I don't really have a preference one way or the other. What are my pedestals? What would I buy here? Oh my god. Holy shit. This collection desire is like terrible. The worst collection desire to ever exist. I want the solar sword. Okay. In that case, let's buy an inscription here. Misfortune's good. I'll buy that. But if I'm not saying that, you're gonna say that carry on my balls or something. I have to get confirmation that it's not a my balls joke before I answer that question. No, it's a Steam game? Then no. $20? That's a lot of money. For me, at least. Took me a few hours to beat the final boss, but there's a lot of unlocks and the characters you play have a lot of variety. I don't know. I mean, it's on sale for $6. It's not a lot of investment regardless. Gory game. I can look it up here in a second. In fact, I can look it up now. Fuck it. Carry on Steam. It's also on sale. Oh! Yeah! I think you pointed this out to me before. It's like a Metroidvania where you play as the bad guy. I got an email recently for this going on sale. Someone in my community, not that long ago, pointed that out to me. I do want to play more Metroidvanias, but also I'm a little nervous about buying any Metroidvania before I buy Hollow Knight. I'm basically just waiting for a Hollow Knight to go on sale again, and then I'm going to buy it and probably play it on stream. But like, if I get hooked to another Metroidvania, I might not want to play Hollow Knight for a while. Coin with a lot of crit items. I'm hoping we get there. Would have been better back there. What did I remember I was offered Invisible Knife. What did I take instead? What was it? Did I end up getting rid of the item I took instead of Invisible Knife? A lot more Souls-like than Mvania. It does have the Metroidvania tag. Also, I just can't help myself. I want to use the skills. I want to use the skills as champion, but like the game actively discourages me from doing it. I'm going to try and build up my passive here, okay? It's so fucking annoying. Oh my god. Okay, let's not be fucking stupid about it, though. God, it doesn't feel like it does enough for like how cumbersome it is to even activate this thing. I could have done a better job just playing as Thief. That's like one of the biggest issues with Champion. It's just like he's so bad for a legendary. For how rarely you see him, he just doesn't feel worth it, among so many other issues. If only I had even one balanced skull, this would be such a good take. Even now, it might be a good take. But I'm also offered Shadow Knights, which I think is probably better, even though my physical is pretty bad. This or this? What's my wisdom? What are my wisdom items? Wisdom, 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 wisdom. Okay, so I have really good wisdom. I think I'll take a Hollow Knights here. Soul Tractor? We need to make an item called Soul Tractor. Karen is the only Metroidvania I've beaten. I get lost easy. Have you guys... Who here has played Super Metroid? Is that too old for most of you guys? Like, I didn't even play Super Metroid until I was, like, well into my 20s. But, like, if you like Metroidvanias, you gotta play the classics, and those games are... That's, like, such a good fucking game. And also, of course, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is what it's named after. Which is also a great game that, if you haven't played, you should. You played it? So fucking good. Did you beat it, though? Didn't beat that, I got lost. I mean, you could always just use them like a map or something. Like a little bit of cheating. I'm very excited to play through Hollow Knight for the first time. The only thing I ask is when I play it, don't backseat me. Or don't spoil stuff for me, especially. Spoilers are annoying. It's like, I know nothing about Hollow Knight. I've somehow avoided it all these years. I don't even know if it's a good story game, but either way, I want to be careful about spoils. Is actually excellent if you can find it. Oh, so it's like all in the background or something? Because I actually like that as well, for the record. Like storytelling through like kind of like scenery, kind of like Dead Cells actually. So look at your hands to figure out what's left or right. Sometimes that happens to me. Like sometimes I'll get like confused and question if I'm getting my rights or lefts confused. DC lore is crazy, exactly. You're just playing as this, like, goofy guy. And behind the scenes in that game, like, so much shit is happening. Maybe I should just break this and take the money. It's like, this is never going to be anything good. Maybe it's actually better than Lunar Ring. Let's see if we see Solar Sword here. Take that. Yeah. Actually, because we have Brawl, and the Lunar Ring... Oh, I don't have Artifact now, though. Or, wait, yeah, I do have Artifact. Oh, yeah, the Lunar Ring sucks. Get the fuck out of here. I'll take that. That's actually a good item. Never mind, I was wrong. And I'll take Courage. Alright, not bad. Pretty good shop. This is definitely one of the better Brawl items. All right, now we're starting to cruise. Also, like, what? Come on, man. Why? I got rid of the Lunar Ring. It's gone. We got this instead. It's so fucked up, man. Like, what the hell? Rig it? No. That's blasphemy. God, we are so powerful. And you know what's interesting about this run? I've kept like a lot of the items I got from the Pandora's box. Do I look like a boomer? Metroid too old? I guess it depends on your gaming background, but you and Pip are both a lot younger than I am. And you guys definitely like were born after the SNES was like a thing. So I just assumed you guys wouldn't know what it is, but maybe a lot of younger people have played games that would shock me that they've played. Like, maybe you guys appreciate the oldies more than I realize. My first video game was Super Mario World on NES. Really? What? How old are... I don't want to pry into your personal life, but are you like older or younger? You must have had parents... If you're younger, you had parents that like appreciate older games, I guess. I'm 13. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's insane actually. So you have a family that like is probably a gamer family. Your grandparents had it, or oh, so they probably had it from when your parents were younger or something. Like, I've never even played that game. Like, I was born on Sega Genesis, and then very quickly started playing PlayStation. Like, I grew up on like the Spyro and Crash Bandicoot games, as well as like the OG Sonic games, which I still love and adore all of those games to this day. Also, can't wait for the next Spyro game, because I know Toys for Bob, after the success of the remakes, is working on a new Spyro game. I might even play it on stream, although it's super, super different from what I usually do. My first game was Final Fantasy VII. Never played that, for the record. My first ever game was Sonic 2. They are making a new classic Spyro. Just like they did with Crash Bandicoot. It's happening. We don't know when it's coming out, but we know it's being made. Activision Spyro was awful. They turned him into like a beat 'em up. Bionicle? They had Bionicle games? I didn't know that. I know they had like... Bionicle is like a toy that's kind of like Lego. Also, did you just see how much damage the freaking coin toss did? Skylanders was cool. Spyro shouldn't have been there. It's so weird, right? Why'd they attach Spyro's name to Skylanders? He really had nothing to do with it. I had a PSP. Did you have a custom firmware PSP? I had like one of my dad's friends way back in the day cracked my PSP for me back when I didn't know how to do it. And he put Suikoden 1 and 2 on there. It had like a PlayStation 1 emulator, and those are PlayStation 1 JRPGs. I never ever would have discovered my favorite games ever if my dad's friend at the time hadn't cracked my PSP and put those games on there for me. Like, I always think about that. Like, I don't even remember this person's name, and if it wasn't for this person, I never would have discovered some of my favorite games ever. Which I'm going to be playing on stream eventually, for the record, because they're getting remastered. I would highly recommend, even if you aren't into JRPGs generally, or don't like RPGs, that you be there for those streams. If not just a personal favor to me, because I want to show my audience those games. They're so good, and no one knows they exist. Also, I probably am getting rid of this. In fact, I am. Super Mario Sunshine. Never played it. I've actually not played a lot of the classic Marios. I've never played Mario 64. I've played Mario Galaxy. Only the first one. Uniracers? Nope. What is that? My buddy had an Xbox, so we'd play games like Halo together on there. I used to have a PS2 where I played old Mortal Kombat games and Star Wars Battlefront. I played Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation. I'm not even like a Star Wars fan, but those games were good. Let's see how fast we kill this guy. I mean, this run's just extremely, extremely good. Very good YouTube run, and also a lot of casual conversation happening. I didn't have an OG Xbox, but I had a PS2. Like, I've missed a lot of generations of gaming over the years because I didn't have consoles. Like, I missed the entire PS4 and, like, Xbox 360 era, basically. And I didn't have a good computer for a long time either. So, I've missed out on a lot of really good games that have been released over the years. Minesweeper and Pong. Man, people were popping off back in the day over those games. You look at them now and it's like, man, I would die of boredom if that's all I had to play. But, like, people... That was, like, the fucking bee's knees back in the day. Like, people were like, dude, come over to my house and we'll play Pong for, like, 5 hours. They had, like, Pong tournaments in basements. Some people out there probably still really like Pong, too. I wouldn't... I love those games, really. To me, it seems impossible. Sonic to be respected still. He's getting his respect back. People like Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Mania was good. And they're coming out with, like, a Sonic Mania 2, basically, soon. That I'm probably going to play on stream. Like, Sonic's getting his mojo back. The Sonic movies people seem to enjoy. I don't know. He's getting back there. You don't like Sonic? I love Sonic. I'm a Sonic nerd. Was base. Modern Sonic was dog water. Well, things are changing, though. Because Sonic Frontiers, you know, people like Sonic Frontiers. And that's, like, a good sign. Like, the Sonic team devs have seemed to find, like, a nice new realm to explore that is popular and people like it, instead of just making the same crappy games over and over. I have hope for the future of Sonic. And even if the next Sonic game that's, like, the main series game sucks, there's that classic Sonic game that's coming out soon that will hopefully be good. Please be good. Please, please, please. Sonic Colors was base too. I hear that one's pretty good. People liked Sonic Generations. All-nighters, but it's just Pong. Yeah. What's up? That's a good first message, Steam Skull. That's pretty funny. Ugly Sonic is best Sonic? What's Ugly Sonic? Sonic? Oh, you're talking about the Chip and Dale's thing. Or like the OG Sonic, what he looked like before they fixed him. God, I can't believe, like, who approved that design is my question. Like, what was the studio executive office like when... Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Okay, that's not good. I mean, I don't think we're going to lose, but that's pretty fucking bad. Lego Jurassic Park? What's that? I mean, I guess that gives the doubters something to be excited about. Name the stupidest controller you know. I'll go first. Pretty sure it's the Atari 5200. I think I know what that is. Atari 5200. If it's what I'm thinking of, is like so unbelievably bad that it's kind of weird. Another controller that's kind of like odd in my opinion is a very mainstream controller is the N64. Like they didn't design that with D-pad users in mind, did they? Like a very weird controller. I would say one of the greatest controllers ever made was the GameCube controller, though. Xbox 360 controller is pretty good too, but GameCube was where it was at. It like fits so perfectly in your hands. Yeah, don't click that, guys. The only Sonic games I played are the Sonic Final Fantasy series and QuickGames.com. What's that? This is probably better than Thief Armor. I'll take this. Alright, here's our kit. Interesting build here. Very different from what we started out as. I think we're going to win, even though I lost my reassembly. Like, I'm not very worried about what's going to happen here, honestly. Jones sometimes can be very ruthless. Especially when I'm barely paying attention. OG Xbox controller was not that good from what I remember. They really perfected it with the 360. If you thought that, Sly, is the controller that you use today the design from the OG Xbox controllers, like, because you can get like a modern OG Xbox controller from like a third-party handler that that gives that shit to you. Yeah, 360 controller is what I use now, you know? Like, if I'm ever playing controller, I have like a 360 controller that I use. Like, they just really perfected it. But I would, if I had a GameCube one, I would probably use that. It's really close, in my opinion, between the 360 controller and the GameCube controller. They're both so good. God, why am I using this champion at all? It's like, there's just no reason. When I could just do this. And I can actually spam my fucking abilities and use my mage legendary. It's like... Okay, now we'll use the champion, though. Crown of Thorns. I took that over Thief Armor. Because it is technically better than Thief Armor against the hero. Titanfall 2? No. That game was on sale for like $10 not that long ago and I didn't buy it. I wish I did. I watched a speedrun of it though at the recent Games Done Quick event and it was like one of the coolest runs they had there. It was really sick. Also, I need to not be so vibed up. I gotta remember this is believers versus doubters. There are stakes. God, whenever I swap out to the thief, it just gets so much easier. His passive is still not finished, which is why I started using my abilities. Oh, I can't see. I'm just going off of hearing. I shouldn't have used my... Oh, man, what a waste of Shadow Knights. Unfortunate. Champion will be good here to avoid this, like, scary move. Whoops. Let's go over here and deal with this. Okay, here comes a potential grab. Not yet. He's going to grab now. There it is. Here comes the Siphon. Oh, he's dead. Boop. I didn't even notice how low his HP was. Scorch's classic or class poopy head, not a specific Titan. Oh, you guys are talking about Titanfall? Well, that went well. GG's. Except for the Joan thing, but who cares? That was a good run. Good YouTube run. A good showcasing of the Pandora's box, which I've already done, but it's always good to show it off again. I just wish I could bring it to a win screen. It deserves to be here. Ultra Mega Super Rigged. Ultra Mega Super... I like the constant back and forth between Zanir and Streamin' Guy. It's like the duality. But yeah, that was a good one. If it was rigged, I would have won with hitless on all the bosses, though. One day, I'll have to actually get Bach to design like the invisible cheat menu or something. And then actually start rigging my runs, and you guys get like super sussed out about how good I'm playing all of a sudden. Let's be real, the guy with aimbot Titan sucks. Oh, you guys are really talking about Titanfall. Okay. To talk about the run a little bit, pretty archetypical, powerful Skul the Hero Slayer run, honestly. The coolest thing that happened on this run was the Pandora's box, and I guess also getting the soul extractor and getting this. But I think this is a good example of what I talk about when I say that that champion is just he's like, there's so many issues with the skull. He's just not that good. It's really unfortunate. I wish the devs would at least revert him to back how he used to be, where his abilities didn't cost a bajillion energy. And really, honestly, fundamentally, on like a deep level, the fact that you have to get his energy meter to 100 before you can use his passive is just not good either. Really cool skull though. I mean, he looks cool, and my opinion will always be that any skull in the game can be good, but for some reason the devs don't seem to think there's anything wrong with the champion, or else he would have gotten fixed in the physical update. I'll do the permaback run next, by the way. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'll do believers versus doubters on that one. Maybe I should. All skulls are more or less valuable. I think they all are viable. It's more an issue of, you know, there has to be a worse skull in the game. Like, there just has to be. I used to say I thought it was Ghoul, but I don't think that anymore. I think Ghoul is actually very new player friendly, and he's just like, that was the only thing I would say about him is I think he's like not new player friendly. Gargoyle is a contender in some ways, by the way, but I think Champion is worse. Ghoul OP, yeah, Ghoul is great. The only thing I thought that was bad about Ghoul is how big he gets, but like you can just swallow your chunks. It's very easy to do. I don't think Gargoyle is worse than Champion because Gargoyle has like his iframe swap and he's just like a powerful skull. Maybe I owe you guys a Gargoyle run just to show you guys that he's like good. I do agree with you though, Streaming Guy. He is a contender. I just don't think he's worse than Champ. But like other people think he is worse. If the community consensus is any like perspective into that, then Gargoyle probably is the worst skull in the game. But the community is wrong a lot of times. A lot of them still think Yaksha sucks. Though they're more correct about Gargoyle than they are about Yaksha. Anyways, I don't want this to get too rambly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it. This is going to be tomorrow's video for the record. Or this is probably confusing for the YouTube watchers. I'll record a day in advance, and I'm streaming on Tuesday. This will be Wednesday's video. Least newbie friendly skulls are probably Warrior and Warlock. Ooh, I don't know about that. Warrior, maybe though. Warrior's timing on his like iframes is kind of hard to get, so he might be not new player friendly. I used to say he was new player friendly, but like timing, if you're new and you don't know enemy attack patterns, letting release of his like charged attack to get the iframes is pretty difficult. So he might be new, but he's strong enough to not be the worst skull in the game. Concentrating is pretty not new player friendly. Well, then we have to have a talk about Mage at that point, because like Warlock and Warrior have the iframes to make up for their concentration debuff. Mage has none of that, and he's a concentration skull. Mage, in my opinion, I don't think he's a contender for worst skull in the game because he's like powerful, like he's extremely powerful, but he's not new player friendly. Davey is hard for new players because his odd playstyle. Yeah, exactly. Davey's a contender, but I don't think he's worse than Champion. Isn't it fucked up that 2 natural legendary physical skulls are contenders for the worst skull in the game? That's fucked up, devs. You literally released a physical up patch, as you called it, and it had nothing to do with... I did say I didn't want to get rambly here. Well, that was a fun Skul the Hero Slayer run, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that said, let's end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.